You're listening to In Joke, gallivanting through comedy every Sunday on SIN.
Hey, welcome to The In Joke on SIN 90.7. You're joined by Shive, Tal, and Liam. Say hello, boys.
Hello,
Ni hao.
everybody out there.
Hello there.
Sorry, Liam, we specifically said hello, so could we just run that again? And this time, Liam,
can
could
you
you just do it
speak
properly,
in
please?
English this
Could
time.
you just do it the way that we sorry guys, we actually rehearsed this quite a few times, and
So,
Liam, you just let us down again.
let's go again then.
So we'll just start the show again.
Yeah, you're joined by Shive, Tal, and Liam. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
You literally have one
Liam,
thing to do, man.
Mate.
Like,
Sorry.
how
don't
can
know,
you mess up at this?
Don't know why we're doing this.
Oh, it's
again.
okay, guys. The mic's not on. I stuffed up.
All right. Let's run it one more time. I think we're gonna get it this time.
Yeah. Okay, welcome to In Joke. You're joined by Shive, Tal, and Liam. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, we got there.
That's good.
We got there. What a cracking start to the show.
Oh, it was
We've done it.
sensational.
Third time lucky.
We've got some big stuff coming up today, guys. We're
Yeah.
getting Morry back in. Morry's
Oh,
coming in every
big boy
fortnight.
Mozza.
To talk
Mozzarella.
comedy, the funny stuff. Because
The
that's what we're
lols.
about
That
here.
is his nickname, Mozzarella.
The mozzarella. Because he is stretchy and he goes really well with the risotto balls.
Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
I call them risotto balls because that's
And
the
we're
unintelligible
not
way
trying to
of
say
telling
that
it.
he's cheesy. That's just a coincidence.
We also got our groundbreaking news, as always.
We've got Sin News coming up
Yep.
after the next song because we are always on the front line of the journalism,
Mhm.
the journalism scene, the news thing.
Yep. Fake
stuff that's
real news is what
Yes.
people are calling it. Fake real news.
I like to think that it can be interpreted in any way, as
Yeah.
real or fake, and whatever you want to make of it. That's what I think.
And groundbreaking, we've got a pitch for a brand new show as well later on.
Yeah.
Ooh,
We've seen the successes of other shows on TV, and
yeah.
not going to give anything away now, but stay tuned.
We'll just say
because-
if there are any producers from Channel 9 or 7 looking for the next, big thing.
we're going to give this to you for free. That's right. We're community radio here, and we do everything for free,
Yeah.
which includes giving away ideas.
Yes.
Exactly.
We're not going to do anything with these ideas, and it's going to be a good show. A lot of ideas. Morry's going to be in a little bit later on.
This is where he was rapping about. This is where you're here. In Joke is here.
In Joke is here. This is what Drake was alluding to in those verses.
Exactly.
Guys, we've got some pretty special news. Don't know if you heard. Sin's got a little something for the listeners, for the good people of Sin. If you want to get in touch with us, you can. We're stepping down from our ivory tower,
Yeah.
and we're getting in touch with you, the
Yes,
people.
we get in touch with the fans.
What kind of technological advances have taken place in the last week that now allow us
last
to do
like
this?
3 weeks now.
It's a damn text line. We got a text
Whoa.
line on the show.
Oh my
And the whole
God.
station.
Have we? I did not know.
It's so good.
Wow.
I didn't realize the year was 2038.
Guys,
I know we're in 2018. They're in 2018. We're in 2038.
let's stop
Whoa.
Let's stop teasing these good people though, and let's give to them the number upon which you can reach us.
Okay.
The number is 044 7519 170. Now, a good little way you can remember that, guys. Why don't we teach the people how to remember that number? No.
Okay.
044. What comes to mind when you think of 044?
Like Route 66, but
But
Route
44.
Yeah.
There's definitely a Route 44 somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, so you remember that. So the middle bit is a little bit tricky. 7519.
The year we're in 7519. That's how advanced
Oh my
we are.
God, where are we?
That's how advanced we are here at Sin.
Actually, we're going to leave it up to the people to remember 7519. That's all you got to
Yeah,
remember
I
by
can't think of
yourself.
anything for that.
7519. And then 170. 170 Russell, great venue.
Great
music venue.
Facts.
So 170 Russell. So remember that. Route 044 7519 170. Text us. Get in touch. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah. I'm actually very curious to see if someone texts because, on Sin, you're never really sure how many people are really listening. And I think there might be some hardcore In-Joke fans
I think
out
there
there
could be out there. And
who
if you
are tuning in every week. And
if
I
you
want to
are,
hear from you if you're out there.
send in a text with a special password, special
Yeah.
code word. You'll know what it is. But
Yeah.
now, it's time for the Sin News on In-Joke.
This is Sin News.
Tomato sauce water has finally been banned in a move by the state government to improve the consistency of tomato sauce application. The new legislation, dubbed the Three Shakes Mandate, was finally passed last night, and the government declared it was time to stop flogging the dead horse and move on.
Social media site MySpace has gained over 500,000 users over the last 24 hours when YouTuber Logan Paul came out and said, "I will never use MySpace. That is the one site you will guarantee you'll never see me on."
Going into day 16 of the Winter Olympics, Australia has won 2 silver and 1 bronze medal, leaving them at 23rd in the medal tally. However, the rest of the world is still asking, Australia has snow?
Staying at the Winter Olympics, and amid fresh doping allegations levelled against Russian athletes, a spokesperson for the accused athletes has failed to appear at a scheduled press conference. Reports have emerged that he was unable to exit his hotel room as his shoulders were too wide for the doors. He has steadfastly maintained their innocence.
For you 90 kids out there, scientists have found that something that happened in the year 2008 will be 10 years old in the year 2018. And if something happened in 1978, it'll be turning 40 years old in 2018. Actually, they found that time moves and time does not stand still. So for you, all you 90s kids, you're not a special person. It happens to everyone.
Landlords are reportedly offering sex for free or reduced rent in some Australian suburbs. When asked for comment, one accused landlord said that he now prefers to be called Land Daddy.
Yeah, I get a great rate on my apartment.
Yeah, I got a
Don't know about
fantastic.
you guys.
Yeah, I got a fantastic one as well.
Yeah, what do you pay?
I'm paying like 60 cents.
60 cents?
Yeah.
Man, that is a steal.
Whoa.
So what kind of cardboard box are you living out of?
It's a plastic bag.
Oh, what are you
Oh,
doing?
jeez.
What are you doing to
Although-
get that to get that value?
Wow. My fiance's listening, so I can't tell you.
Let's not dig any deeper on that
Yes.
particular. Nice, guys. That was the news again for another week. Great
Yeah.
job. Liam, you mentioned that the 90s kids need to get over the fact that they're not special.
Yes. Yes, I do.
A little bit hurtful.
What
I'm talking about the 90s kids that were born in 1999.
Oh,
You know
okay.
those ones that
Yeah,
claim how
that's-
much they love and miss the
that's what,
90s.
that's what I was sort of thinking about.
Yeah.
Like how into the 90s do you have to be to sort of claim it? Because I was born in 96, so
Oh, so do I. But a lot of people who claim they were in the 90s weren't really alive in the 90s. Like,
yeah. But even us, I'm not even sure how strong my claim is.
I
to
don't
it.
claim.
I mean,
I
96.
don't claim myself as a 90s kid.
Okay.
I remember the 2000s. I'm more nostalgic about the 2000s than anything in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm nostalgic yet about the 2000s. Early 2000s maybe, but late 2000s, it feels like they've just been, and the remnants are still hanging around. There needs to be complete eradication of something before you
Yeah.
can get nostalgic about it. Almost. I don't know.
Oh, just there's too much now out there. It's like, oh, listen to this song from 10 years ago. Can you guess this song? Can you guess this movie? These
Yeah.
actors.
Is it even possible to get nostalgic about stuff
It
these
shouldn't.
days?
I think there should be a time limit before getting nostalgic.
Just emotionally inhibited. You go to your psychiatrist. I can't get nostalgic, and it's really hindering me because all I want to do is kill time on certain news publications like BuzzFeed, and you know what? Just doesn't do anything for me. So
Exactly.
it's a tough one. It's a tough life. Not being nostalgic.
After this, we got Morry coming in.
Yeah. Morry
but
from the School of Hard Knock
Yes.
Knocks.
Mozza.
Again, every single time that we say School
This-
of Hard Knock Knocks. I love it.
This is going to be the Empire Strikes Back of interviews. So
It's the
thi-
second one in the series. It's going to be fantastic. Welcome back. We just had a song there, which was Liam. What was the song just then? It was Tokyo.
Yes, it wasn't what I thought it was.
If you guys ever want to give us feedback, maybe you want to tell us what the songs that we were playing were, you can actually give us a text on our brand new text line. It's 044 7519 170. So if you can put that to memory, you're doing really well because we haven't put it to memory yet.
Yeah. And if you have any questions for Morry, send them through on
Yes.
the text
Yeah,
line.
because we've got Morry in from the School of Hard Knock Knocks.
G'day, guys.
He's coming in every fortnight to tell comedy, teach us a bit about it.
Yeah, teaches a thing or two, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll teach you the structure, but the actual teaching part, well, that's professional comedians that do that. But yeah,
You'll give us the framework and we can fill in the gaps, fill in the blanks ourselves.
That is it. That is it.
So what are you going to be talking to us about today?
Yeah. Well, today, gentlemen, we're going to be talking about joke structure. And,
Yay.
Excellent.
yeah. Look, there's many different types of joke structure, and I'm just going to look at 3 today. Comedians. Some will follow this, some won't. There'll be some familiar structures that you'll hear about. So I think we'll get stuck straight into it because we don't have much time, do we?
Let's get into it.
All right. So, 1, 2, elephant.
1, 2, elephants.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
that little example is the normal twist. So if I said 1, 2, the next number is probably 3, right? So
Yeah.
normal. But then the twist. Now, if I said 1, 2, 4, wouldn't be very twisty, would it?
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious. Okay, you skipped a number. But if I say 1, 2, elephant, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have guessed that. And that is the concept. That is a very simple theory.
The twist in the tail.
A twist in the tail, yeah. So let me give you an example of how that would work. So, and I use this one. This is my one actually, personally. So, when I give public seminars and speak, I often look into the audience. I say, "Great to see so many familiar faces here today. Some friends and family, and my first wife." Oh no, it's okay. We're still married. I just call her that to keep her on her toes. Right? So you laughed at my comment, which is good. I'm
Yeah.
glad you laughed. But actually, that wasn't the twist. The twist was we're still married.
Yeah.
Because she's my first wife, right?
It's good.
So it's, and also the thing about that structure of comedy is that it's logical, right? So it's not illogical. Well, it's a bit silly, but it's not illogical. It doesn't defy anything.
Would people also call that like a rule of thirds?
Yeah. Look at.
I mean,
yeah.
it's like basically the equivalent in photography. You've got
Yeah.
the rule of thirds with the
Yeah.
3 lines.
Yeah, absolutely. So why not 4? You can do 4. You know, some comedians I've interviewed before will say, "Oh, you can do 4, you can do 5, but 3's the minimum." Because if you go 1 elephant, right?
Yeah.
People are like, "What are you talking about, mate?"
You haven't set it up enough.
Sounds
Exactly.
very aggressive as well. 1 elephant.
And if you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elephant, you kind of wasted your time. You didn't need to. And comedy is about omitting a lot of words and cutting down
Being
to the
succinct.
chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the normal twist model. And you'll see that all everywhere in comedy now. Now that you know what it is,
Yeah.
you'll see people using that technique. Now the key there is you've got to have a twist, and the twist has to be very it has to come from an angle you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
Just like we're still married. I just call her that to keep her on her toes.
Yeah.
And with that one there, you almost give the listener, you kind of make them think they've got the joke for the first one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with the first wife comment, they're like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. Ooh, it's
Yeah.
a bit uncomfortable. His first wife's here because you're
Yeah.
all assuming it's my ex-wife.
And you think that's
Yeah.
the joke, and then you
Mm.
hit him again with the next one.
Yeah, that one's the old one too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a goodie. It's a goodie.
Elephant, giraffe.
Yeah, there you go. So that's normal twist, and like in training, you'll just try and write a whole heap of those types of jokes, and twist has to be. The last thing about the twist thing is, imagine that you're standing up doing performance, and there's a bunch of comedians out the back, and they're trying to guess what the twist is.
Yeah.
So if they can guess, oh, you're still married, it's the first wife, you're still married. If they could get it, it's not twisty enough.
Yeah.
Right? So if you use that as a kind of a rule of thumb for that.
Nice one.
Alrighty.
Number 2.
Number 2 is nonsense in all seriousness. Now, one Aussie stand-up comedian who's very good at this is a guy called Elliot Goblet. Now, looking around the room, and unfortunately your youth probably defines that.
Yeah.
You probably don't know who Elliot Goblet is.
Has a
but-
funny name though.
The
He does.
only
Goblet
goblet,
sounds
that
like-
we know is the Goblet of Fire
Yeah.
Yeah,
from Harry Potter.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the extent of our goblet
Yeah.
knowledge. Oh, and Antiques Roadshow. That's the only time I have any interaction with the
Oh,
goblets.
yeah, right, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Elliot Goblet is not his real name. His real name is Jack Levi, although Jack Elliot Levi is his real name, and he used that, and he had a brainstorming with himself, as he says, and it's his joke, and he came up with goblet, because it's a funny word. So anyway, Elliot Goblet is a lot like, if you know the American dry stand-up one-liner called Stephen Wright, maybe not, getting some blank stares. And Stephen Wright and Elliot Goblet would be in the same type of structure. And they use a lot of nonsense in all seriousness. And what that is you say things that would make, these are somewhat illogical. You talk dryly, you don't smile, you just talk about going down to the bank, for example. Going down to that. So there's a comedian, Daniel Simonson, if I get that right now, I think he's from. Does that ring a bell?
A little one.
He's a young guy. He's around your ages.
Yeah.
He talks about going down to the bank and the bank not being open, and so that joke would have been a lot funnier if the bank had been open. So sucks to be you, the audience, and that's how he talks. He talks about something that he didn't have to talk about, but he does it with such a dry and non-smiling face, and that's the nonsense in all seriousness.
It's more the performance than the actual content itself, in a way.
Yeah, look, it's really goofy, I guess
Yeah.
you'd say. And again, Elliot Goblet's probably a very good example of that in his one-liner, expressions. He says his classic sort of tagline is, I'm gonna speed things up a bit now. Okay? But he says it, I'm gonna speed things up a bit now. And he doesn't change his facial expression, and his tone doesn't change, and you all laugh at that nonsenseness because it's all serious as well. Yeah, there's one guy, I don't know, and this is an American comedian. He says it was weird growing up. It was weird growing up Chinese in Boston because my parents aren't Chinese and neither am I. So again, you're laughing, but the delivery, you don't smile when you do that, and that's the nonsense. And
I
all
think I've
seriousness.
heard that one somewhere.
It's a good classic one.
So it is partly the content as well, like that, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. There's got to be some. Yeah, but if you did that with a slap of the knee, with a big chuckle and a big smile, it wouldn't be as
wouldn't
funny,
work at
would it?
all.
Yeah. Now, so those two. Now you can kind of combine them, but they kind of combine them in the third type, and that's the not so obvious. The not so obvious. Now,
Subtlety.
well, the not so obvious is where the audience pretty much knows what the answer is, because you're running on stereotypes. You're running on common expressions. And this is going back to my comment about the comedians in the back of the room. This is really going for that twist, and they're not getting it. So it's something like this. So never kiss a girl with a large Adam's apple. Now I know what you're thinking. Now I'm off. This is off the joke. Just analyse this right now. You're all thinking it's probably a bloke, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the classic line. Big Adam's apple, probably a man, right? But this is how it would be delivered in the not so obvious line. It would be, never kiss a girl with a large Adam's apple. She might have swallowed a golf ball. Right. And again, delivered pretty straightforward. Yeah. And you are expecting them to guess what the end of that is. And then, of course, another a twist. A zag instead of the obvious. Here's another one for the youngies. The only way to really have safe sex is to abstain from drinking. There you go. So again, that's a good example for the not so obvious structure. Now you can kind of combine all those three, and some people do. So yeah, that's the jokes.
Yeah, so that's a 1, 2, and 3. I was kind of expecting you to go. Numbers 1 was 1, 2, elephant, and then number 2 was nonsense and all seriousness. Number 3 was elephant. I thought you were going to twist it back on us and give us that one again. But
that would be a callback, and that's
a callback.
Yeah,
Are we getting into that this week?
We're not, but that's kind of later on. But it's such a repetitive sort of technique, and you can use it constantly, probably 2 or 3 times maximum in any type of.
You see it
comedy.
in a comedy gala in a 5-minute set. Yeah, callback is probably going to be used in. I would say most of those sets.
A lot of comedians do callbacks because I know Fluffy's one. His end joke's always a joke he's done during the show. Yeah, he calls back to it.
The best callbacks are the ones that are right at the start, and then you bring it back at the end, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" You know, because I remember that. Yeah, something quite poetic about it, really.
That's right. Because you get ownership. The audience goes, "Oh, there's that cat again," right? That you made a point of at the beginning of the story. Good cat jokes. Yeah. Very important comedy.
Cat jokes?
I've actually never heard a cat joke in comedy.
Never heard a cat joke? Oh, listen to Ben Horowitz. He has pretty much a career on cat jokes.
Cat jokes? Yeah. How many can you get through?
He does a lot of cat jokes.
There'll be a demographic of people that will love them.
Yeah.
Well, think about the amount of cats in the world. Each of them have 9 lives. There's going to be a lot of jokes.
9 lives there's a lot of material in that alone.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's right. So, look, that's the structure I just want to race over today.
Yeah, nice.
And then we're going to be talking in a fortnight's time about some new things. So we're going to be talking about a little bit of preparation and generating content as well. So this is good for anyone who is a problem solver, or maybe not a problem solver, needs to be a problem solver. So how do you create ideas out of thin air? How do you create a joke that wasn't there a minute ago? And we'll be talking about that in a fortnight's time.
Nice. And if anybody was listening to you and they were quite interested in kind of stuff you're talking about in this kind of teaching comedy, where can they go to find out more about the School of Hard Knock Knocks?
Well, you can Google the School of Hard Knock Knocks, and we run in Melbourne. So if you're listening to in Melbourne, we run a course at the end of every month, the last week of every month, 5 days, Sunday till Thursday. And we just had one. We just had Elliot Goblet. Jack Levi was our guest teacher last week. The one coming up is a guy called Brad Oakes. Now, Brad Oakes was made famous from Hey Hey It's Saturday. Now, surely one of you knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, we do know Hey Hey It's Saturday. To be honest, mainly I know it for the badder reasons, the worst reasons, but
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
we didn't,
The classic blackface
that's the one,
on red
yep.
faces. Yeah, that's unfortunately.
which sorry, just to digress for a second, I thought it happened in the 80s, and then someone said, nope, that happened 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh my God, okay,
Yeah.
that did happen.
that's right.
Surprised me.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Brad Oakes wrote a lot for Hey Hey Saturday, and he
Right.
did a lot for, I believe, the Full Frontal franchise as well, the
Yep.
Fast Forward Full Frontal type franchises. And he's actually a coach of top level comedians. So at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, it's coming up at the end of March throughout April. A lot of those big headliners, and I can't name drop unfortunately because I would get in trouble from Brad, they get coached by Brad Oakes prior to their delivery. So he's our guest comedian at the end of March, 25th to the 29th of March in South Yarra. And 5 days, learn comedy and just change your lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably going to be a pretty funny week as well.
Yeah.
To return to
It's a great
that.
community. Oh, and the
Yeah.
other thing is we've because of that alumni, we now have our own show at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. So
Fantastic.
Wow.
yeah, those guys who have taken this course and used the normal twist and have made an audience laugh for 5 minutes of their own material are now actually officially going to be performing at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. So
There you
that's
go.
very exciting for them.
That's super exciting. Are they doing a whole run of shows or?
Yeah, so we've got, I think, 28 of our graduates, and we have over close to 80 alumni now, and we've taken the best of, and hence that's the name of the show, The Best Of. And they'll be delivering their performances to 4 of them at a time with an MC, Ben Horowitz or Dave Ivkovich, just down the road from here, actually, underneath the State Library of Victoria, the Moat. Which I'm
Underneath?
Sure. Mm.
Oh, that sounds like an interesting venue.
Yeah, no, it's a cafe restaurant. It's got a beautiful restaurant, great food and wine, and also comedy for 12 shows.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Well, everybody look up School of Hard Knock Knocks if you want to find out more about those shows or actually getting involved with School of Hard Knock Knocks itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming in, Morry.
No worries, guys.
We'll learn stuff every single week. We're loving it.
Perfect.
Oh, hear
Yeah.
that me and Shive harmonising right there?
Yeah.
That was sweet.
Ocean Alley, Ocean Alley, Ocean Alley.
Ocean Alley. If you guys want to get in touch with us, we've got a text line that is up and running, and it is it's popping off the chain. We are getting so many texts,
Oh,
but
unbelievable.
I mean, we've got so much to get through. I don't think we can read out any of the texts, but if you
Yeah.
text in, we might be able to get to yours. Number is 044 7519 170.
No swearing, please.
And if you're going to pay us, we'll definitely answer your text.
Yeah, text through
Your bank details, and we'll be sweet. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, send us through your card number, CVC,
Yep.
and we'll just deduct whatever you tell us to.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Because, fees and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Handling, distribution, packaging.
It's all. We'll talk about it personally after the show.
Yeah, get in touch with
It's all good.
Guys, been watching a new show.
Have you?
We've all been watching a new show,
Have
actually.
we?
Because we decided we were all going to watch a new show.
As a
yeah.
pact, apart from our producer who backed out last minute.
Hey, she doesn't need to watch it. She
No.
just needs to tell us to watch it.
No.
Yeah.
So she did her job.
She's not really a team. I thought there was no eyes in team, but
And was like, go watch the show. So we did. She didn't say she was going to watch it. It's fine. No need to be embarrassed.
The
It's fine.
leader.
Oh god, that makes it look so bad.
No, don't. No, it was your idea. It was a good
Emma
idea.
Doherty is saying it makes it look bad. That's her full name, Emma Doherty.
We're here to execute your wishes. That's what we're here for.
that's true. The coach doesn't run the laps. The players run the laps. So yes.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
I was actually wrong, and I apologise for making you red in the face.
But let's not forget, Emma used to host the show, so she's done her time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now she sits upon her throne up high and says,
Her small
watch
stool.
this show, which may or may not be funny. What was the consensus of the show, guys? Which is
What's the show called?
Squinters.
Sprinters.
I couldn't see it. I was squinting.
That's a great one. We're going to play a little grab now from the trailer of Squinters just to give the listeners a bit of a wrap-up of what it's like.
That was the first joke in the first episode, actually. That one was.
Yeah.
First one.
Yes.
Straight out of
It was a fart joke, so I wasn't really a fan.
the gate.
Cheapest form of humour of fart jokes, vomit jokes, poo jokes. Just,
Toilet
Shut
humor.
up, Liam.
oh,
Hey, bloody hell, that Liam just did a little fart on it.
oh, I did a burp.
Alright, that's actually disgusting. That actually
Yeah.
came out of your body. Oh my god.
Yo. Can
Whoa.
anyone smell that? Is that coming through their radio?
Oh my god. Honestly, I think if we as society can progress to a point where we can transmit smells, I will be such a happy man, and Snapchat will take on a whole new level.
Yeah.
Smell chat. Oh my god, it's gonna be.
I mean,
great.
it's just gonna be fart chat.
That's
Everyone's
exactly
just
what it's gonna
literally
be.
just gonna
Oh
be
god, people
farting
gonna do
into
the
it.
worst bathroom selfies.
Oh,
It's
it's
gonna be
so
terrible.
Again, guys, ideas going out for free. Take them, do them, use them, do something with this. But yeah, new show Squinters. It's on ABC.
Yep.
Stacked lineup. Stacked lineup.
Massive.
Huge. One that caught my attention.
Of actors.
Of actors,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Okay.
writers
Of
as well.
cars, the cars are pretty.
Yeah, great new Barina. Put the
Yes.
hubcaps on that. Beautiful. Tim Minchin is probably the biggest name on the bill,
Yeah.
as well as Sam Simmons, big comedians there, which are massive gets. But the way the show is set up allows them to get these big name comedians because it's a very easily created show. There's obviously a lot of effort has been put into the writing, but it basically follows. It's a 2-part structure basically.
Yeah.
So it's the morning commute to work with pairs of people in the car, and the afternoon commute
Yeah.
home.
It's kind of like carpool karaoke, but without the karaoke and just the carpool.
And no
And-
James
yeah,
Corden,
and
which is so sick.
which is a
That's the
positive.
best part about the show. I love it so much more
Yes.
because of that. But it is a really it's an easy way for them to make the show because all they need is two people, and I'm sure they could have knocked it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, an episode could take a day to film, if
Yeah.
that.
They could probably do a few in a day, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, they do all the scenes individually and then knock them all together at the end.
And
But
only one story intertwined, and that was the first episode where a character from one car interfered with a character from another car.
Yeah.
yeah,
and-
so
Which
it's-
even then could have been filmed separately.
exactly.
It's
It's very loosely tied together.
Yeah.
Which is it's kind of
I
more of a
mean-
sketch show really. It's a sketch show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen the first episode. I'd be
Oh,
curious to see.
I've seen all three. So
Does
Oh,
it
wow.
does it cross over a bit more in the other episodes, or is that about it?
The two characters cross over in the first, cross over in the second.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I would sort of assume that the second episode would start off with what happened at the end of the first episode.
Yeah, it
and
does.
sort of
Every
go-
episode does start off with what happens at the end.
Okay,
But
that's
the
it.
one episode we're talking about with the guy getting hit by the car, that crosses over into the next two with the court case.
Spoiler
and that.
alert.
Yes, spoiler alert. Things happen.
But yeah, it is essentially a sketch show. So it's basically scenes in a car with
Yeah.
interesting people that have been put together. So like
Yeah.
it's these old school friends, for example, because all these people are carpooling to the same place of work,
Yeah.
which is a big distribution factory. And so there's the forklift driver with the guy in IT, and they used to go to school together. And
Yeah.
there's the mother who's dropping off her daughter on the way to school.
And talking about her new boyfriend,
yeah,
Vijay.
which you see
Vijay.
in the third episode, and apparently you guys watched. I'm the other
Did.
one that watched all 3 episodes.
we
yes.
did not get that.
They
Yeah.
have a
far.
nice talk
Don't
about
rub it in.
their sex life in front of the kid. It's lovely. It's what every
Wait,
kid wants to see
in
people
front
do.
of the kid.
Yep.
Wait, or the kids talk about their sex life in front of the mum.
No, the kid talks. The kid talks about those two having sex the night before.
Who's having sex?
The mum and her boyfriend.
So we haven't seen the mum's boyfriend yet.
Oh, I have. He's a strapping young lad.
Ah. What, my Johnny?
Yes. No.
Well, my Johnny is in the show.
My
as
Yes,
Johnny
well.
he
is the
is, yes.
boyfriend of the younger
Yeah, the
girl.
younger girl. Yes.
Okay.
One of my highlights of the show is seeing Sam Simmons kind of let loose and be pretty Sam Simmonsy. And I
Yeah.
feel like some of that stuff would have been scripted, but I feel like a lot of it was just Sam Simmons kind of letting his creative juices flow and let that mustache bristle.
Yeah.
It's so nice. He's like a Danny DeVito kind of character.
What did you think of Australia's favourite redhead, Tim Minchin?
Is he Australian? Is he?
Well, let
He's a
me
redhead, isn't he?
Yeah, he
Is
is technically a redhead, and I actually did a little news story for the Ginger Pride rally that went on.
Oh, that's really nice.
So I went around interviewing redhead people.
Does he beat Pauline Hanson for Australia's most popular redhead?
Oh, how can you beat
He was
Pauline
hands
Hanson?
down. Like I'd ask, who's your
Wow.
favorite redhead celebrity, and
And-
he was the most.
And
like,
people were
common
really
answer.
torn between Tim Minchin and Pauline Hanson.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm just such a fan of both of their works.
I mean, Ron Weasley was a second. Whoever his actor's name is, like he
Oh,
was
Rupert Grint.
Rupert Grint.
What about Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran, yeah, he was also up there. How could I forget about Ed?
Well, if you're
I
talking about
mean-
the famous Australian redheads, I think Cameron Ling would be up there.
Oh,
Not just
Ling.
that, one of the best looking blokes you ever see as well, Cameron Ling.
The man's got a head and a half.
Oh, he does.
Sure.
Yes.
It's something
I don't
special.
know who that is, to be honest.
Footy buyer.
Oh, yeah, you're from
okay.
Sydney, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, City doesn't. Like footy doesn't really exist in Sydney.
No, you have that other sport.
Yeah, it's called rugby.
But yeah, so getting back to what
The
we
show,
thought of the
yeah,
show as a
yeah.
whole, do we like it?
It's my type of humour, but then it's not. I liked it because it's my type of humour, and also they took a dig at BuzzFeed, and that made me very happy.
Oh, you like
Yeah.
it?
Oh, I love the fact they took a dig at BuzzFeed.
So if I was to create a show for you, my friend, just for you,
Is
just
this
especially for you,
That's kind of what we're talking about next time when
which
we're
was just an
creating a show.
which was just an anti-BuzzFeed
Yeah.
show.
I would love that. I would
Or
watch
if
it.
I was to create a song for you, it would be a BuzzFeed diss track.
Yes. Oh, that'd be beautiful.
with just scored by buzzing bees.
Yeah.
Very angrily. Zzz, zzz, zzz. That's all it is.
That's
It's
gonna be number one now. Like all the hits.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's,
fantastic.
yep, sample that.
Mm,
Again,
yeah.
guys, free ideas.
Yeah.
Use them.
So
Take
yeah,
them.
overall, I thought the show was okay. If you like that type of humor, you'll like it.
It's just so uncommitted. Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
It's alright.
I mean, look, I only watched the first episode. I didn't really feel compelled to watch the second, so I don't know.
It does
I feel
pick up
like,
after the first episode, though. It does
It
pick up.
does.
Yes.
See, should I?
You should never
so
judge
maybe
something
I
off the
should give
first
it a
episode.
second
Yeah,
chance.
you should have watched the first one. I should have watched the second. You should have watched
Yeah.
the third. Then we would have had all bases covered.
I watched the three. I thought, and I was up at like midnight watching all three because I was like, oh my god, I have to watch this show because I
But,
have
like,
no time
why
on
is
Sunday to
that-
watch it.
Why is that a thing? Like shows always get better after the first episode. Really,
Because
your first episode should be your strongest.
No, the first
No.
episode is just oh, here's the characters. This is
Setting
what they
'em
do.
up,
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a second chance. Maybe I
No,
will.
we've talked him round.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is,
We
this
got
is
this.
monumental.
ABC, I think we should get paid for this. We've got you a viewer.
I mean, look, I had to give Game of Thrones like a chance for a
I've,
whole
I've,
season
never, I've
to
never
get
watched.
into it.
I've
so.
never watched Game of Thrones. No.
So yeah, our verdict is give it a go.
Yes.
you go.
And if you watch the first episode and you don't love it,
Give it another go.
Watch the
give it
second
another
episode.
go. Just have another go. and
Another
just,
shot.
just don't be disheartened.
Yeah.
Keep going because Tim Minchin is very funny.
The cast is actually, it's very funny.
The cast is great.
Mm.
It's,
Yeah.
and there are some really good moments. It's light. It's fast paced. It's pretty easy to watch. It's a nice one out of ABC Comedy.
Isn't Rhonda in there?
Sorry,
Rhonda and Couture. Isn't the redhead lady Rhonda?
is she?
I don't know. We can confirm that. What's her name? Mandy McElhenney is Rhonda from the Amy commercials.
If you were listening before the break, we were chatting about the new ABC TV show, Squinters. One of the actresses. Turns out, she's Rhonda
Yeah.
from the ads, and she's actually a successful actress.
Yeah.
Unbelievable developments.
Yeah, I know,
here.
right?
Yeah, come to us for all that kind of stuff. Also, if you want to come to us and text us, 044 751 170.
What a
That's
beautiful
the
number. Rolls off the tongue.
It does it.
You've said it
we
so
get
many.
there.
You said it so many times today that it does now.
Okay. No.
Mm.
That's the way it comes.
There's
to
a
us.
7 in there somewhere.
There's a couple.
Yes.
The other thing, guys, that we provide a service.
What?
We provide a service to the
Oh, yeah.
to the TV industry.
An idea
Oh, that type of service. Sorry,
yes,
my bad.
Yes. It's the service of throwing out ideas, throwing out little hooks, put some bait on them.
It is an ideas industry.
It is.
So,
And we're ideas, man. That's what my dad always said. That's what my dad always said. We're an ideas, man.
My dad always says I'm a disappointment, but okay.
my
Alright.
dad always
I
said,
like your dad better.
what's the big idea here?
A's. A lot of A's. What's the big idea? Well, you know what? Maybe if there's any execs listening out there and you want to make a show about daddy issues and like
Yeah.
dad's being weird, come to us
That's
as well.
short for executive, by the way. That's just in the industry. That's all we say.
we shorten things to exec and prod.
We're like
Production.
profesh right now.
Yeah. Protestant.
Man, you are such a cat. A Catholic. What a Catholic. Let's not start any secretarial feuds in the studio.
Yeah.
But there is a show that our producer Emma loves.
Biggest fan. Wearing a
fan.
shirt of the show. That's how much she loves it.
We think it could do with a bit of improvement.
Yes.
And it's
What show is it?
Married at First Sight.
That says like black.
Dude,
That's
dude,
not
that's
the
the-
shit.
Wow.
You guys are lying.
It's on radio. No one can see us.
Oh,
We can lie on here. No one can see.
that's right. We're honest people.
Shive, here's what I'm gonna do.
Your name's not even Shive.
Shive, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna step down. I'm actually on a unicycle right now, and I'm doing that while I'm doing the radio. I'm gonna step down off it, and I'm gonna come over to the side. Our desk is massive. It's about 30 meters
Yeah.
long. So I'm gonna walk down to the other end of the desk now, and I'm gonna say to you, bad boy Shive, don't ruin the facade of radio. We can say whatever we like.
Well, look, I'm gonna get down off my horse. It's a very tall horse, so
So you say it's a high horse.
I'm getting off my high horse.
Hey,
And I'm gonna tell you honesty
Hey,
is the
don't
best
lie.
policy.
You're on a seat. Don't lie, please.
Feed your horse.
All right.
That's the magic of radio, guys. The other magic of radio is that we're going to improve Married at First Sight with the genius of rhyme.
Yeah.
Rappers use it, poets use it, fast food restaurants use it to sell products. Advertising uses it. We're going to use it to sell a damn show and pitch another show. It's going to be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
First cab off the rank. Married at First Bite.
Okay.
On the Food Network, of
So
course.
is this like a dating show for vampires?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That would be brilliant.
It's consent is a bit of a weird one. Forms are going to be a bit weird. We're going to need a lot of towels
Yeah.
and a lot of sheets.
Yes.
To round,
A lot of forms, a lot of hidden things in the contract.
It's definitely going to be a hidden camera kind of show.
Yeah.
That one there. The next one we've got is Married at First Fight, which is basically Married at First Sight, but they just fight
Yeah, you'll see. So
Yeah.
they
before they
meet,
move in together.
they fight, and the winner parents have to pay for the wedding.
Yeah.
So the winner, the losers' parents have to pay for the wedding.
They octagon, and the dads are cheering really, really,
I said,
really
that's how
hard.
that's how me and my fiance are planning who's paying for the wedding. We're gonna have a big fight.
It's been
And who do you
trained.
think's gonna
Instead-
win?
Instead of learning,
Oh, she's gonna kick my ass. Easy, easy.
instead of like you know how like normal couples go and like learn their wedding dance.
Yeah.
You guys are just off doing like UFC sparring.
Yeah.
In preparation.
That's why I've got a black eye at the moment. Nice right hook.
Oh, and the next one is Married at First White. It's kind of like Married at First Sight, but for like white supremacists or.
Hey, they need loving too. They need loving too.
Yeah.
Can I just make it very clear that we're scratching that one from the drawing board and we're crumpling up that piece of paper and throwing it straight in the bin.
Yeah.
That bin is
And
pretty
can I
full
also
of
point out that I'm not
ideas.
white? So yeah, it's all right.
That was-
Hey, the magic of radio, you're getting it.
Oh,
You're getting it.
okay.
You're getting it.
See, we learned that from the twist. You know, the twist there. 1, 2, elephant.
Actually, though, there is we've actually just seen a massive kind of I suppose almost like a reality show. The whole country was behind it. Everyone was paying attention and they were all tuned in. And it was actually Married at First Plebiscite.
Well.
Call back to 2017.
Yeah.
So that's the ideas we've pitched to the network. So again, do we want to focus on one to pitch it? Because honestly, people would be down for Married at First Fight.
Yeah.
And Married at First Bite would be good as well.
And
Are
Plebiscite
we
is
still in the
just.
vampires trade? The vampires phase?
I mean, there was also another one we had, which was a food one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was the other Married
Yes.
at First Bite.
Yeah.
But that wasn't exciting as people biting each other.
No, it was
Mm.
biting food and
Yeah.
just trusting people on that.
Who wants a nice T-bone steak when you can have human blood,
Or there could also be a Married at First Frostbite, where you have to go into the Arctic wilderness together and
And
survive.
whoever gets frostbite first just has to get married. The song we've got coming up now, this is going to be Octopus by Block Party. Oh, no, it's
No,
not.
it's going to be The Ideal Husband
Yeah, that's
by
right.
Father Joe. We've both stuffed up a song tape. This is great.
I thought the ideal husband was Liam.
I am the ideal husband.
Oh.
I am.
Tell us how you be the ideal husband, my friend.
I cook.
What do you cook?
Food. That's usually my specialty.
I'm going to keep pressing you a little bit further. Are you okay with this?
Yes.
What kind of food?
Usual
See, he's cracking. See?
meat and
When
veggies.
I give him the steely eyes and I just ask him the tough questions, he cracks.
Meat and veggies.
Meat and veggies. What meat?
Steak.
What veggies?
Peas and corn.
How do you do them?
I boil the...
I
the
got him,
corn.
I got him. Nah, you have no idea how you do your veggies, do you? Nah, you are going to be the ideal husband, my
I
friend.
am, yes.
You're a bloody lovely man.
I am. I have the blue eyes.
Steely eyes.
Yes.
You got a glint in them, though.
Until he ruins the facade, then I have like yucky green eyes.
Whoa, settle down the green eyes.
Yeah, I
Somebody
like green eyes actually.
Yeah, green eyes are pretty.
Green
green
eyes
eyes.
make me say, "Wow," like Owen Wilson.
And a few other thousand people are going to be saying, wow.
Tomorrow.
Let's like that. Is
Tomorrow.
it tomorrow?
Yes.
What time?
At 6 p.m. at Fed Square.
Get down.
There's, if you're interested, look at the event. Say wow, like Owen Wilson at Federation Square.
It's been picked up by some pretty big places. AV
Yeah.
Club, American publication, did an article about it. So it's
Triple M.
making
Triple M
international-
spoke
Yeah.
about it.
of course I have.
And, they're interviewing Nicholas Sumboulis, who is a fellow sinner and friend of the show. I mean, he's my friend. And
A
I'm
friend
on
of
the show.
yours. A friend of yours.
He's a friend of the
Any
show.
friend of yours is a friend of the show. That's totally fine.
So yeah, get down to Federation
There's
Square.
only one requirement, and that's that you can say 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Just like Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
And maybe on that note, we say goodbye to another day of in-joke.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to say, guys, that was just a great time. Wow,
I'm
just
sorry,
had
it was
a-
another
wow.
night. It's not daytime anymore.
It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Owen Wilson likes to say unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
He's got to act a little breathless the whole time.
Yeah.
It's terrible, Owen Wilson, but it's okay.
I'm Lightning McQueen.
Did he do Lightning McQueen?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is the
Speed, I
Man,
am
on that-
speed.
on that bombshell. On that bombshell. Ka-chow.